judgment, it's not going to be no small judgment. It's going to be 15 feet of water. You understand? Like I said, in Philadelphia, we pressed up like 16 feet as well. Something crazy. You know, that's why the Vine Street Expressway, it was filled up to the brim. Like you could see the sign. You know, the signs at the top that the big tractor trailers go under. You know what I'm saying? Those bridges filled to the top. Unbelievable. Can't make that stuff up. All right. And what's at the door? Let's figure out what's at the door. Let's go to Obadiah, verse 15. What is at the door? What's going on? What are these people always talking about? Sitting on a corner, reading the Bible. What do they know? What do they know I don't know? My pastor, I go to church every Sunday. They don't know nothing I don't know. You go to church every Sunday for the rest of your life and learn nothing about the Most High, His Son, or the Bible. So that's why we gotta go out. We have to. You know? And it's twofold too. We'll talk about that. Going out, you know, telling brothers, man. But also when we go out, you notice how important you are. I'm talking to everybody on this call. You realize how important you are, even if you don't go out. When you watch the videos, you know, everybody has a job to do, though. So don't just sit there and sit on the bench. If you got a job, do it. All right? But when we go out, we realize you can read them every scripture verbatim, down to the wire, perfect, explain it to them, and they still won't get it. That's really the Most High. The reason why that person walked by, the Most High let me know it's not for everybody, and you're that important. Because you woke up to this. You actually get it. You have eyes that can see. How important is that in the last days? That's crucial. You can't, $1 billion can buy you into this. Who wants $1 billion in the last days, man? The best thing you got going for you is you know the laws, statutes, commandments, and you follow them. And you get to see all these prophecies unfold right before your eyes. All right, so brothers out there that's on the call, don't get frustrated if somebody doesn't get it. They're not meant to get it. You know, oh man, I went out there. I was talking. You know, I had a good lesson planned out and everything, and nobody listened. So I should let you know, out of those hundreds of people that walked by you that day, the Most High chose you. You know, you find one person, that's amazing. In these last days, you find one person. Some people sit there and listen, pretend like they listen, wait for a break, and we're saying like, oh, I gotta go do the thing. I'll be right back, though. They never come back. Those same people that were cowering in the basement, you know, hoping that they roof doesn't fly off like Dorothy, you know what I mean, Wizard of Oz. Scared to death. You know, but that's their lot. They're gonna have to hold that. All right. So let's go to Obadiah, verse 15, Baba Shaw.
Fine. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Man. It said the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. All of them. Ain't just Esau. I know, you know, Obadiah really gave them Esau, but all the heathen got something coming. Elam, Moab. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of delinquents, man. It's a bunch of, you know, they weren't touched by God. We were. God, the Most High made us in His image and likeness, right? In their image and likeness, Elohim, right? They were there. Where were they weren't nowhere near. They weren't nowhere near during that time period. All right. It was he put this law, statutes, commandments in us. All the heathen, they running around, eating lights off each other, just doing abominable stuff. Terrible people. And now they have the nerve to see us in our captivity of hundreds and hundreds centuries of being beat and oppressed and raped and robbed every time we took one step forward. You know what I mean? Murdered you if you open up your own businesses and stuff like that. And then now they look at us like we're the worst people on the planet. But it's near, even at the door. The day of the Lord is near all the heathen. The stuff that they did to us, we've done to them. And when you get the revelation, you got to put that cup double on top of double. That's what they did. And that's what they deserve. So when you see those volcanoes, when you see those earthquakes, when you see things that are, it never happened before. It ain't got nothing to do with a leaky roof or, what's my leak? I want to fix my roof, my windows. Your window bust, it's supposed to bust. If you go in the basement, your house flies away like Darky, that's exactly what's supposed to happen. So in order to get away from that, which I'm sure nobody wants to sleep in no Red Cross shelter. Get away from that, you follow the law, statutes, commandments. How hard is it right now, though? How hard is it to follow the law, statutes, commandments right now? Seriously. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. You understand? You know what's really difficult? Walking home in 10 feet of water. So the subways got flushed out. You know what's really difficult? Trying to get your dog from out the backyard when there's a tornado 3 feet away from you. That's difficult. That seems like an impossible task. But people really die of not eating shrimp. You know what I mean? Not eating shrimp. They can't stop eating shrimp. Crab, lobster, pork. That's that's everybody's not going to make it. So I'm going to send for a couple more weeks, and what? You might not make the seat tomorrow. You got to put it in your mind. Your repentance is the stuff that you reward that the heathens get. If the heathen's getting a reward, you don't want that. All right? It says, thy reward shall return upon thy own head. You don't want that reward. That's not a good thing. That's not a trophy. That's not a gift certificate. The Ruby Tuesdays or whatever. No. That's a bad job. So stay clear of that. All right? And really just focus. All right? Focus. Pray to the Most High and stop sinning. You know what a sin is, right? When it says a holy convocation, when you have to get together with your folks, when you have to go to new moons, you're not doing that. That's going against the law. You're transgressing the law. And I don't get it. Just show up. You know what I'm saying? You got a congregation, show up. Bring something. Bring a dollar worth of napkins, something, and just show up. You're doing what the Most High requires of you. You say, I don't feel like going today. What do you mean you don't feel like? Do you think God cares what you don't feel like doing? He made the whole heavens. He's not worried about what you're feeling. I'm feeling, I'm tired. I ain't feeling, Come on, man. We can go top of excuses. And then you got to look in your past. That's why it says examine yourself. Look in your past. Have you always been making excuses? Have you always been like this? You know what I'm saying? Now, it's high time to change. Now it's time to change. All right? Stop making excuses. We got to go camping outside. There's going to be bugs. It's going to be a great time. It might rain. So what? You'll be all right. Okay, you got rained on, but did you die? You understand? Come on, you're going to learn how to live outside. Because the way they mandating all this stuff, hey, nobody on this joint have a job. You know what I mean? If you have your business, they probably take away your business. Like, oh, you didn't get the job? All right, well, nobody can come to your place of business. You can't ship out through eBay or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what they got in the store?
Take your life.
Of course, they're listening to everything you say. Your cell phone is a tracking device. I don't even want to say her name. Says, what do you need? I don't want her name because she don't come on. But they're suing. Different countries are suing Apple because they're always listening. That thing don't turn off. So you think you're getting over on them like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. You talking, your phone's right there, they're listening. You understand? We're the problem. We're the people that as soon as Biden says something, we get in front of the world and tell them how it's BS. We get in front of the world and tell them that you get the jab. No, I'm not saying get it, but people that get the jab, there's 50 other variants there that's going to stop it. I mean, that's going to bypass it, and your immune system's compromised because you got that jump. They don't want us to do that. We airing them out. So we all might be camping out permanently. So get used to it. Get used to it now. As I said, we're going to be in the wilderness again. You know? So get used to how to cook, how to clean out there, how to, you got to put your waste, bury your waste, and, you know what I mean? Like, it's things you got to learn while you're out there. Don't go out there and try to get, all extra comfortable and stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying don't be comfortable, but you bring your whole house outside in the wilderness, is that going to be a reality when the time comes? You got to test yourself a little bit. Get uncomfortable a little bit. Because comfort is, that's not, comfort is a killer. Let's be honest. Comfort is a killer. And every time this call, I'm sure it has been uncomfortable at times. Your lights is off. You got to use a candle. You know what I mean? They cut your heat off. You got to put on extra pair of clothes and this, that, and the third. All that stuff is building us up. You know what I mean? And we're getting built up. That's the important thing, because it ain't all good. All right, it ain't all good, but at the same time, as all these things happen, we're getting closer and closer, inch by inch, getting closer and closer to that tunnel. All right, you bring that out, Amos 5 and 18.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody, I can't wait for the Most High to come back. You sure about that? Yeah. Are you really sure? You know what I'm saying? Mute your phone. Mute your phone. If you're not a speaker, mute your phone from the shop. So, or a reader, block it. So it's whoa. It's whoa. You know what I mean? Like Black Rob said, whoa. It's a bad job. You know what I'm saying? Is this what you want? You sure? All right. You gotta really pray for the Most High that he minimizes what's coming, because it's going to be bad. People have dreams about it. People had visions about it. My Ak had dreams about all these tornadoes. He's like, yeah, all these tornadoes in Pennsylvania, and da-da-da. And I talked to him yesterday. I'm like, this your dream? Because there's a whole bunch of tornadoes in Pennsylvania. You know, what happens when everything's happening? When Yellowstone erupts, a meteor falls out the sky. You know what I mean? China invades. Your neighbor wants the water that they think you have, and knocking on your door, on the front door, and somebody else knocking on the back, trying to break in your house. You know, that's a rough time period. You know, so now you don't want to wait until all that's happening and being like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? You want to have a plan ahead of time. Did somebody just block you?
Khan. Shalom, everybody. I was saying Salakia because when you started talking about a dream, that made me think about a dream that I had last night. I had a dream that somebody was telling me to go in the house because they were saying that somebody was driving around or going around the neighborhood shooting. So they said to go, to stay in the house, to go indoors. And the next thing I knew, I woke up.
That's, yeah, you know, like right around, you know, in different parts of the cities and stuff like that now, it's just got people riding around shooting. And that's the positive thing about that dream that somebody told you. You know what I mean? You had that angel, you know what I mean? You might not, did you recognize the person in the dream?
Well, I just, I can't really identify like faces or anything in that dream. It was just, I think the message is what I feel like was the main focus of that dream, to just stay in the house and to not be out there in a dangerous area in the street where people were shooting. But normally I can identify faces, but in this dream, because I woke up shortly after that, I can't really identify a face on that, but I just know that I heard someone say that.
And that's the aim, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be, I'm going to tell you about a dream I had as well, right? And it's similar, not exactly, but similar to that. But having somebody have your back at all times is crucial in these last days, y'all. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, like it says in Psalms 91:11. You know what I mean? Angels gonna take charge of you. They got you. They got you. So you trust in the Most High. You trust in the law, statutes, and commandments. Do the law, statutes, and commandments. Got angels around you that will say, "Yo, go in the house." You know what I mean? Or it doesn't have to be a physical person to tell you that. It could be a feeling, a thought, like, something's not right. I'm going to go in the house. And come to find out, somebody, like you said, somebody just going around just shooting random people. And as soon as you go up, they drive right by you. You know? And you might not even hear about it. Maybe the shooting doesn't happen outside, you know, anywhere in your neighborhood. A person just drives by, goes down to another neighborhood and starts shooting somebody. But you have faith in the Most High, and you know how to listen. You know how to interpret the signs showing these last days.
And Khan, and Salakia, brother, just the other day as well, it's really important what you just said about listening to that voice. I was looking for some, and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was looking for some, to redo some information on the form that I had to email somebody, and I knew I had bought some, but I didn't know where I had put it. And so I came in my room and I heard a voice I didn't hear like a literal voice, but I just had this feeling. When I say I hear a voice, I mean like I had this feeling. It was telling me to look on the table in my room. So I looked on the table, but do you know, excuse me, I looked back and I looked on the side of my table, and in this little bin where I have like little knick-knack stuff, lotion and stuff, I saw the whiteout sitting right on the top on the side of my table in my room. So I was like, you know, hallelujah, that's, you know, that's, you know, letting me know that that was the right feeling, that So it is important for us to listen to that voice.
Definitely listen to that voice, everybody. Definitely listen to that voice. You know what I'm saying? Because that voice is your help. You know what I mean? That, you know, you think like whiteout, but when you're in the wilderness, you don't have no cell phones, you know, you don't know where this person's at, where that person's at. You're going to have to really tap in to that. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you'll be getting messages similar to that in that time period if you're doing what you're supposed to do now. Do it now. Don't wait. You know, it's like the Christianity thing is, all right, I'm going to wait till the very end and I'm going to say sorry. God ain't trying to hear. Give a God of knowledge. He's not stupid. He's not going to be, oh, all right, I guess he's sorry. Well, that's commandments now. And you'll hear that voice all the time. You'll run your life on that voice. You know? Correct your ways. You'll keep stubbing your toe till you start getting it right. Okay? All right. Yeah, well, I want to say, before I go to the next verse, I had a dream too. And it was ironic because when I woke up, my elder had an issue with somebody that it pertained to my dream almost, right? Let me explain. I was in like a library setting, and not sure what I was doing there. Maybe it was like a book signing or I was reading or something to that effect. It was she saw Edomite female that was throwing shards of glass at me. You know what I mean? Like sharp glass. Before that happened, I noticed there was a police officer in there, bald-headed Edomite, you know, start trouble type guy, right? But he's in there too. I'm kind of looking like him, like, why is he in there? So she starts throwing these shards of glass, and I, instead of reacting and cussing her out and going up there and punching her, you know what I mean? Like, you're throwing glass at me. You got to fight too. I'm not getting hit with glass, right? But, so no, we're not going to do that. Excuse me, officer, I would like this young lady arrested. You know what I mean? Like on my citizen type thing. Like I would like full charges, throw the book at her, you know, lock her up and throw it away the key. But he's kind of looking like, damn, he didn't punch her or he didn't throw any glass back. So the first, if I would have thrown glass back, I would have got arrested. Right? And that was what we call agent provocateur. I know brothers have been seeing them at camp. I've been hearing about it. And I've been experiencing it too. Like there's somebody that comes up that's something to them and they show up, this police officer. And you're disorderly and you know what I'm saying? That's the way they work. And if you put hands on them, then, you're going to jail. So as I began writing the paperwork, he was like, you got to fill out all this paperwork. I'm like, oh, fine. That's no problem. I would like to have this young lady arrested. You know what I mean? Speaking and stuff like that, just messing their head up, right? So he said, okay, well, if you... He's still like, you see, I see him getting mad now because he doesn't want me, I'm doing the opposite of what he wants me to do. You know what I'm saying? So now he tells me, it costs $100 a week for you to do this, for me to continue on with this paperwork. I just gave him a scenario. So if I was a female getting assaulted by a male, you're telling me I was to pay $100 to put this male in jail? And he's kind of messed up his head again. You know? So I just brought out that story. Somebody was, cussing him out on Instagram and trying to like push his buttons. I'm like, man, I just had to think about that. You know, so they're online. You know, they're in your face. Because one thing about Israelites is that we don't sin because our book tells us not to sin, and sinning will be doing. I mean, law says don't sell drugs, don't beat up people, don't do. you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to assault people for no reason. You're not supposed to sell drugs. You know what I mean? So us sinning is us following, not obeying the law. So these devils are going to start showing up more because they can't do nothing with us. And all we do is just they try to do, we knock it down and tell the world, nah, that's not true. Nah, that's not true. You know what I mean? So you got to follow that intuition that you have. You know what I mean? Prayer, fasting, following laws, and meditation. Build that intuition so it gets louder in your head. Like, don't trust that person. You know what I mean? That person, something's off about them. Don't be around them. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to that, especially in these last days. Leave $80-some billion worth of equipment there in the arms of what they. And at the same time, stop their what's it called? Their IMF funds. They're like $10 billion. They stopped that. Their central banks. Once it all gets in there, they control the central banks. So now they put their money away. So now the people are going to start starving. But they have 80 guns, drugs, and let them kill each other. So they did that again with the Taliban, but with $80-something billion worth of equipment. They could have bombed all that equipment before they left. They purposely didn't. Now that equipment's going to be sold to other terrorist organizations, and you're going to keep this whole war on terror going. But I guess it was dying out. Nobody believed that it exists. So when you see stuff like that happening, when you see hurricane after hurricane coming through, more tornadoes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey than in Kansas. It's the new tornado alley. When you see that, you got to know that holding the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. You trusting in your that comes to just dilutes all that. Now it's all moldy and can't even eat it or use it. You gotta trust in the Most High more than anything, and nothing that Esau can do. Esau really depends on our ignorance. Once we become conscious, and I'm not talking about polite conscious or the conscious community or phonetic conscious, enlightening on who we are and that the Most High walks with us when we follow His law, statutes, and commandments, as opposed to not following His law, statutes, and commandments and getting punished for it. When we do that, there's nothing they can do to us. You know what I mean? And if we can bring that to the fold, even a lot of people ain't gonna get it. But at least the people on this call get it, how they should follow the law, statutes, and commandments, so you can have an angel next to you that's ready to go to war. And that darkness, they go to 3 o'clock in the morning in the woods and conjure up spirits and everything like that. That stuff it's going to turn right back on them. You know what I mean? That negative energy, that evil that they send towards us, you know what I'm saying? If we're not following law, statutes, and commandments, yeah, that thing can affect you. But we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, like it says in what's that? Numbers, right? No divination against the children of Israel. And like David was saying in Psalms 35, they're trying to get me off my square. Send that right back to them. You know what I mean? Let the angel of the Lord persecute them. Have them up all night, get vexed, hearing strange noises in their closet, hearing strange noises under their bed. You know what I'm saying? Now they're scared. Now they can't sleep. Let that happen to them. You know. All right, yeah. Let's go to 7. Or you know what I mean, like I said, like a flood. It's really flood going on, right? Spain has a huge flood. China's flood is crazy. Belgium, you know, like I said, Louisiana, Philly, New York, all the, you know, floods all over the place. You know, like the days of Noah. But you know, we gotta really trust in the Most High. All right, keep that in mind. Just he's not sharing accolades with anybody. You know, you don't want idols who idol worship is no good. It's all about him. All right. So let's bring that out. Psalms 91 verse 7.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 92, verse 7. When the wicked spring as the verse, Slaki, so it
91 verse 7.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
You understand? So you got, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. You're going to be saying some things, you know, but make sure that you stay focused. All right? Ain't nothing going to come towards you as if you're doing what the Most High asks you to do. Since we're on 91,
Verse 11. For he shall,
verse 8, sharp. You read down to there.
Verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
You gotta, you can see it. You don't gotta deal with it. Go ahead.
Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee.
So no evil's gonna touch you. You know what I mean? You put Most High at the top of everything, at the top of your list. You wake up in the morning, all praise the Most High. I woke up, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. Thank you, Thurday. You know what I mean? Constantly. Go to sleep. I made throughout the day, Thurday. My family made throughout the day, Thurday. You know, your family might not be in the truth. You know what I mean? Pray for them. They still here. They appreciate you. You know, thank you. Thank the Most High. You can't thank him enough. He brought you out of darkness, you know, and he's putting Esau in darkness. Esau don't know what's going on. He don't know his left from his right. You know, I listen to Coast to Coast AM. You know what I mean? See what the Edomites think. They don't know nothing. They're stuck on stupid. It's a beautiful thing that you're not like that. I mean, I don't know, the situation, but I know I wasn't born into being an Israelite. You know? Go ahead, can you read verse 10 again?
There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling.
So you get Delta, Gamma, Epsilon, U, Nu, Chi, Emma, you know what I mean? Epsilon, Pi. It's going to be a bunch of them. You know? You know? But I know some people in the truth that got it. They didn't die. They got it. But in reality, you talk to them, they're like, yeah, I need to slow down. You know, most of the things you need to slow down. I was able to sit back and actually read. I had a couple weeks off from work. You know what I mean? I got a lot of things done. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too bad of a situation for him, you know. But, you know, you don't want to be sick. You know what I mean? So just pray to the Most High. It's his will, But, you do what you're supposed to do, and you continue to do what you're supposed to do, then no plague's coming near you. All right, read verse 11.
Verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways.
That's the plan. That's the plan, is to have the angels have charge over you.
They shall bear thee up in thee, and dash thy foot against a stone.
You know what I'm saying? They every way, charging all you with. By the time you leave out your car or your house, get on the bus or your car, whatever, the angel is just making sure your way is clear. That's when you know you're in a good spot with the Most High. All right.
So do we have angels that watch over us?
If you're not in your sin, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, and we'll start at the first verse. All right. Now, they're always watching. The angel of the Lord is always watching, right? But to have that protection, you want to have the protection, okay? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 3. For forward thoughts separate from God and his power. When it is tried, reproveth the unwise.
So, your thoughts, your thoughts going off, whatever, it separates from the Most High. You don't want that. Okay, go ahead, verse 4.
For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin.
I mean, you're not getting the full protection of the Most High, H.O.I. You know what I mean? You be in darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see somebody that got spirits on him. That person in darkness, they literally have spirits affecting his well-being. You know what I mean? And you see people like that, sometimes you can really tell. Go ahead, verse 5.
Verse 5. So the Holy Spirit, and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, it will not abide in unrighteousness cometh in.
So unrighteousness is of the law. So unrighteousness is not law. So that's the important part about this walk, is to do everything that the Most High commands us to do. The dietary law, we treat each other, feast days, everything that's in that book. I'll get a tattoo. It's not deep. I'm going to get one more. If you already know you're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Because once you know better, you do better. It says in Hebrews, I'm saying once you prepare for it, there's no more sacrifice for your sins. If you sin willfully. So, not all of beliefs, but, somebody to help you out throughout the day, whether it's whiteout or to go in a house, it's about to be something bad's about to happen. Some people don't have that. If they're willfully sinning or just totally rejecting His word, they're just really just going out on a limb, and whatever happens, happens. But when you're really following the law, statutes, and commandments, you know that there's a higher power going ahead of you and helping you in your day, in and out of your day.